The number one movie I want to talk about, though,
is Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol. Okay, and I'm watching that movie, and I figured something out. I know why I hate. So, if you...
Why you hate what? What do you hate?
I hate Kermit the Frog. No, I did a show a couple of weeks ago, and I'm gonna put a clip of that on my vlog soon, when I'm talking about like what is considered a Christmas movie, right?
Yeah.
Quickly, 3 categories, right? Movies that are seen at Christmas or Christmas time: Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. Okay,
right.
The Harry Potter's a big thing here, like New Year's or whatever. There's marathons, or whatever. Lord of the Rings is a thing in Portugal. Always has been, right? When it comes to like Christmas movies that are on Christmas.
Yeah, and Sound of what's the Sound of Music?
Sound of Music is a very good example. Yeah.
So it's not like a Christmas movie because of the plot, but
it's just people always exactly. Yeah. Never seen Sound of Music, by the way.
Well, Home Alone is both.
We'll that kind of touches on the pitch that I want to send you later. Anyways. Second category: movies where the plot happens at Christmas, even though it's not about Christmas, right?
So Die Hard.
Love Actually, okay? And if everyone says Love Actually is a Christmas movie, there's like a general agreement that Love Actually is a Christmas movie. Then by the same token, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
This is a Christmas movie.
Because they're both in the same category. And I do agree that this category makes the movie a Christmas movie, right? Yeah. Then is a third category, which is like these movies are always bad, which is movies about Christmas. Right?
I mean, like the Hallmark. Then there's like a bunch of Netflix ones.
It's the worst, right? And then the other day, like, he was watching it in a house, and I was doing some work, and I could hear it, and it's horrible. And I could do, like, as soon as, in 10 minutes into the movie, I know exactly what the movie is, right? It's like, oh, here's a teenager that is starting to become a teenager. There's problems in the family. Christmas isn't the same thing it used to be when they were a kid. And the family is changing, and they're starting to realize that there's changes in the family, and they don't get it. And then Christmas is overrated. And then eventually, by the end of the day, they realize that it doesn't really matter what happens. It's all about the family spirit and the Christmas spirit and all that. It's bollocks. It's horrible, right? And here's why it's horrible. I'm watching that movie and I figure out why it's horrible. Even though I've seen A Christmas Carol before, even though I acted in a performance of The Christmas Carol. All right, I was when I was in Scouts, I was 11, I think. I was Kermit the Frog. I don't know characters' names. What was it?
The Kermit character.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Right.
Okay. I believe that's what I was. Yes, definitely when I was playing. I remember who was playing Tiny Tim. Yes, it was the tiniest guy we had there. Of course, right. And even though I've known this story forever, only watching that movie I realized why movies on this third category all suck. It's because they're all trying to tell the Christmas Carol story, but they can't, because you cannot tell the Christmas Carol story better than one, what Charles Dickens did a long time ago, and two, dare I say, the way the Muppets told the Christmas Carol story.
Absolutely.
I think after watching this movie, I honestly believe, and I'm gonna make a petition for this, everyone should stop trying to make movies about Christmas. Because you're never going to get a new one. A good one. Never. It's never going to be good. Because people will watch it and halfway through, even if subconsciously, they will compare it to A Christmas Carol. They will compare it to the Muppets version of A Christmas Carol. And they will know that what they're watching will never be able to compare to that movie. It will never be good. Never. Ever. So immediately, the spirit of Christmas gets deflated away from them. You know, because they immediately realize they're watching a cheap copy, and what they should have done is just watch the freaking Christmas Carol, the Muppets Christmas Carol for like the 30th time, instead of watching a bullshit comparison, you know, bad version of it.
Watered down, impure.
It's bad. It's like, I'm like,
bad copy.
Listen, you know me, right? I have no time to this Christmas spirit bullshit. Okay? No time whatsoever. I hate it. Hate it with a passion, right?
A passion.
I hate it with a passion.
Passion of the Christ.
It's just passion of the Christmas Christ.
That's more of an Easter thing.
Yes.
To be fair.
Hate it, right? Great movie. Okay? And the thing that grabs me from the songs are very good, even though the version that I saw the Disney Plus version, which doesn't have, and it's a shame that it doesn't have.
They cut a song?
They cut the heartbreak song, the song where the female girlfriend leaves him.
Why?
I don't know, but because apparently
like insensitive cultural.
No. I think it's because, so from the little bit that I saw, was the theatrical version, the version that was released to theaters, cut that song because they saw the movie and they were like, this song, kids are not going to get it, basically. You know, when they definitely would.
It's a downer, cut it.
Exactly, right? But then I guess like in DVD versions, whatever, that song was there. So I had to go online. I realized that a song was there when I was watching Cinema Sins. I realized that a song was there and I had to go back and like go on YouTube and see the song. And I could see where the edit was made and everything. And it's a shame that I did because it's a big part of Scrooge's character,
it's
right?
It's really weird because like in streaming services, like why don't they just have both versions?
I don't know.
You know, like they could, right? So because I think that's like some services are starting to do that, right? Where it's like, for instance, I think Disney Plus has a lot of, you know, like backstage documentaries, featurettes, you know, so like they have a lot of the extras that you would have on a, you know, DVD set, right? Maybe not the deleted scenes, but that's a thing that frustrates me because like as people are kind of like moving on from, you know, DVDs and Blu-rays and all that, like and just having streaming services, like I don't remember the last time I bought a DVD or Blu-ray, I guess. Like as they do that, you're kind of losing all of this stuff. You know, maybe some of it ends up online, like it's promotional material, but it is kind of a shame that you know it's not as easy to find. But so about the Muppet Christmas Carol, did you know that? Can I tell you
before you give me that piece of trivia? Can I tell you the thing that grabbed me in the movie?
Yeah,
it's the cabbages in the beginning.
Oh, they're so.
It broke me. It broke me, right? So I am going into this movie like I go to every Christmas movie ever since because I like the problem with this is that people keep saying Home Alone is the greatest Christmas movie of all time, and Home Alone is horrible. What a horrible plot. And the reason why people say like it's a greatest movie, Christmas movie of all time is because the message. And I'm like, what is the message? Think about the message Home Alone for a second, right? Dude is bullied by his entire family. He's left behind by parents that don't care about. He's punished by something that he didn't do and he shouldn't have been punished for. Right? Parents leave him behind. And then at the end of the day, the story is that someone kind of apologizes and he takes the apology and then things move on. And then they do too, where the story is the exact same one. No one learned the lesson.
It's true.
They apologized and then they proved that the apology was empty because there was no effort to try and change anything. The story is accept that these people are shitty towards you. You should because they have the same DNA as you. What a horrible story. Hate Home Alone. And the fact that like everyone then, I've always been skeptical because of this. Every time they go, oh, look at this Christmas movie. I went in skeptical and in 45 seconds, those sons of bitches get me by having cabbages screaming that they're being abducted. And I was not expecting that. I'm like,
it is a great movie.
It punched me in the gut. And there's this joke right after that one. I don't remember which one it is.
Oh, but it's constant. Like the movie is very well paced. Like there's like no dull moments, to be honest. And it's filled with like such like quick joke after quick joke. It's very good.
Hayden, Home Alone is horrible. I will bury Home Alone 6 feet deep. Happily. Great things about it, but it's horrible. You were going to tell me something about the Christmas Carol.
No, it's not about the Muppet Christmas Carol. I just realized that there's like a new Netflix show that's called Carol. And it's about like it's like a gritty what's with the gritty again, it's like a gritty like horror movie version of, and it's like a show, it's not a movie, of the Christmas Carol.
Apparently all it needs to be horrible is the Ghost of Christmas Future. Apparently like everyone that saw it when they were a kid was scared about it, right? Yeah,
that's the spooky one.
I need to clarify that this was the first time that I saw Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah, I could tell.
It's
you're a grown-ass man.
Yeah, look at me.
Like that's
that's
the power of this movie. The movie's like from 1980 something.
Yeah.
You know what makes the movie great as well?
Alfred.
Michael Caine.
Yeah.
He is not hamming it up. He is playing it as straight as he can. That's a testament to how good an actor he is, where he will, you know, straight up look at Kermit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he will deliver a line like so heartbreakingly, like he's talking to, you know, Christian Bale or whatever, right? For him, it's the same. He does not care.
Yeah, he's great in that thing, and it works. Like, I'm sure it was the director that is like, you need to be the opposite of what all these other characters are doing to stand out from the
straight man. He's a straight man to the comic foil that is all the Muppets.
The other joke,
it needs that to work.
Yeah, absolutely, and he does a great job at it. The other joke that completely broke me was. Sorry, because I'm seeing it right now and it's insane. When Kermit asks Alfred, I'm going to continue to use these names from other places, right?
All the characters they've played.
Yes. When Kermit asks, what's another character Kermit's played? That would be even funnier. It's like, anyways, when
you can workshop this later.
Yes, when Kermit asks Michael Caine, when he asks Scrooge that his workers are feeling cold and they ask for another coal. And Scrooge says something about like they can be called in the unemployment line, and he immediately cuts to all the rats that egged Kermit to ask, wearing like sombreros and tropical clothes and doing a tropical dance. That broke me. That broke me. Like, those are like great jokes. And the reason why I saw that movie is because Sir Lariato on Twitter was gifting the movie, and then I think it was him, or he retweeted it, but I think it was him that said like top 5 background Muppets on the Muppets Christmas Carol. All right, let me find the tweet. Actually, let me make sure that I say them properly.
Who's your favorite Muppet?
I don't have a favorite Muppet like that because I haven't watched Muppet that much.
Wrong.
Yeah.
It's Kermit. No, I'm kidding.
I do kind of a good Kermit. I don't. I
really like Gonzo. I really like Fozzie Bear.
These all sound like wrestlers.
Fozzie Bear makes sense. There is like both Fozzie, like a Fozzie related to wrestling, and also there's like Bear Bronson, and there's like Bear Country, right? Those are wrestlers. Like, is Gonzo? Gonzo sounds like a very indie wrestler. Gonzo the Great sounds like a comedy wrestling guy. I'm pretty sure Gonzo has wrestled before.
The Blue Eagle thing, the Blue Eagle, is this supposed to be like a beacon of American patriotism?
Yeah, he's
supposed to be Uncle Sam, but as an eagle.
Yeah, he's like a jingoistic, patriotic, not necessarily conservative, but like an ultra American parody. I
presume that was the case when he said something American something, and he had to be corrected to British. And I'm like, okay, he would say American, that this is what the character is. I like that, like...
He's Sam the Eagle, right?
Oh, there's another great tweet here where it's like... someone like the shot of One Sleep Till Christmas, and someone edit WCW Nitro into it. I'm going to show it on the stream in a second. I just want to find the original tweet here first, because...
How would they edit WCW Nitro?
Like, it's been done. Fire? It's been done. I'll show you. Please Once you see it, it will make plenty of sense. I just need to get myself to... Why does he retweet himself so much? Because it's great. I get it, but... I tried to do a search, but I'm horrible at doing Twitter searches. I hope this is good radio. All right. What's your thoughts on In the Heights, Guillermo?
In the Heights is a fine movie. It's very interesting because I think we're getting to a bit of Lin-Manuel Miranda saturation in our society, right? Where maybe he could take a couple of years off.
Maybe you could just fuck off, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
No. But I'm gonna be fair to him, right? The thing is, so I also saw Encanto, which is also the songs are also written by him.
It was seen in the house, but I haven't seen it yet.
And I think that's on Disney Plus now as well.
Yeah.
But so In the Heights is like his first big musical before Hamilton. And it's like, I think all of the adaptations that they've done from the stage version to the film version are very good, very smart choices. The movie had to be sort of updated a bit because it's supposed to be set originally set in the 90s, and now it's more recent. more, you know, modern type thing. But like the songs are just very catchy. And that's the thing. So like In the Heights, I think it was like 4 years in development. Hamilton took like 8 years to write, right? And these are like absolute, you know, genre defining. I mean, especially Hamilton, like genre defining. I mean, Hamilton is easily like the biggest musical ever.
Yeah.
Like even if you take into account like stuff like Cats or, you know, stuff like that, like it is the biggest musical ever. And you know, it's then you have stuff like, well, you know, it was fun, like the songs he did in Moana, and he did like Vivo as well, which is like a smaller movie. But like these movies, they have like a non-Disney movie, right? So these movies have like a really quick turnover, right? Like you have to like write them and like develop them in like 1 year, right? Less than that probably, right? So you're starting to I see you've sent me the
yes
thing.
It's the tweets I'm going to put on the stream in a second.
Yeah, and it's a bit, you know, like you start, it's like when you're overexposed to something, you kind of get to start seeing like the structure and like his tricks, you know, like his song patterns, they start getting a bit not fresh, right? So I think he needs to like take a little sabbatical and, you know,
yeah. It's like bands. Like, their first albums are great, and then they're pushed to rush the second album and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like the sophomore slump and all that. Yeah. But like, it's not like he's already like very talented and very.
He's great.
You know, he really understands like the genres and the tools that he's working with.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like I didn't love Tick Tick Boom, for instance, although those songs aren't his. It's just directed by him. It's an Andrew Garfield. You know that movie? It's like about the guy who made Rent.
I anyway. Found out who Andrew. I'm not going to say this. So. But I think you know what I was about to say.
Yeah. I think everyone did.
So Emma Stevens is on the chat saying that he could see me and Joshua James, the other Ref Pro contender, as Muppets while wrestling, and I'm like, come on, are we the two guys, the two critics on the balcony? Yeah. Right. Let me show these tweets that I'm talking about to everyone. This is Lariato's list, right? Best background Muppets from objectively the best Christmas movie. So number 5, the pigeons. Number 4, the penguins. Number 3, cheeses for his Mises, which is great.
That one's great.
it's like
great. That should be number 1.
Nah, it's not. Number 2, Big Joe, which is very good. I really enjoyed it. But then number 1, and this GIF is the reason why I decided I wanted to see Christmas Carol. I think Sonorat is really funny.
Sonorat is great. I was just looking at the GIF.
This is so funny. It's watching this GIF was made me go, you know what? Let me go and watch A Christmas Carol because I never did it before. Let's go do it. And since we're on the topic here, I need to show WCW Nitro.
Is this the one? The Asterix?
Yeah. So it's good, isn't it? Someone said, so truly nothing better than a wide shot of a Muppet movie when you get to see the whole Muppet body. That's already like really funny, right? And this thing here. And someone quote tweeted that and said, Mence Warner quote tweeted that and said, someone added this into the WCW Nitro opening from 97. And someone did. It's really funny.
It's hilarious.
You're right. Guillermo, I know, are you on time? Do you need to go? Are you late? I'm making you late.
I am on borrowed time.
Borrowed time. Guillermo, this was a great.
I think this is gonna get to a draw.
Okay, this is a great conversation. The pitch that I have for you. Do you have 2 minutes for this pitch?
Go.
Okay.
Pitch me.
So I'm gonna launch a Patreon right in 2022, and one of the ideas that I wanted to do was David Francisco reviews a movie because I haven't seen movies, right? I think at first I was gonna do that alone, but then I thought a few days ago, why am I not doing this with you?
That's pretty cool.
Would you like?
Yeah, for sure.
Would you like to do
I would like that.
A show where I'm watching movies that I've never seen before, but everyone else has, and I'm reviewing them?
So like some classics.
Probably, I don't know. Like, even if not classics, right? Like Christmas Carol.
Like Home Alone, right? Like Christmas
Yeah,
Carol.
I've watched that and I hated it. Yeah, but I'll watch it for
What's a movie?
I'll watch it for
Movie that
Patreon.
everyone's watched?
I don't care.
What's a movie that everyone's watching you haven't?
I haven't watched the last 2 Star Wars movies, for example. You know?
Interesting.
Stuff like that.
No, you've seen Avatar.
No.
You haven't seen
I
Avatar.
never seen Avatar. See?
seen Titanic.
See how easy this is? Imagine me
Titanic.
like I've seen Titanic.
Titanic.
I've seen Titanic.
Okay.
Yes. When I was a kid. It was a big deal when I was a kid, so everyone was watching freaking Titanic. So I watched Titanic as well,
That's
right?
the thing. But Avatar was huge still when you were like,
Never seen Avatar. Like there's a big portion of movies. I've never seen the second trilogy of Spider-Man. I've never seen the Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans.
Interesting.
Never seen them. And so like
Missing much, to be honest.
wow. I wanted to I was gonna do like a review of it, just like a content for once a month, but I think it would be really fun to do it with you if you want to do it with me.
Yeah, I would love that. Sounds a lot of fun.
Kind of exclusive Patreon content. I'm probably gonna eventually
Yes.
launch it publicly, but it will be a Patreon thing. I'll give more news on the Patreon later here on the channel.